Shalom, Kahala Yahweh, Bashem Yahshai, Bashem Kwakwadash. Double honors my teachers, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and mercy to the elect, who are the house of David reborn again in this generation. And shalom to the 130 Yasharala, who today are known as the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Indians, who before losing their true heritage were known as, and still are, the true Hebrew Israelites of the Holy Bible. In today's lesson, we're going to talk about the extreme measures that YouTube is going through to hide the truth. But let's read this first. This is 2 Ezra 7:23. And deceived themselves by their wicked deeds, and said of the Most High that he is not, and knew not his ways. So recently, you had, as reported by Zero Hedge and a lot of people on the internet, it tells you here, it says YouTube CEO wins Freedom of Expression Award sponsored by YouTube. Right? You heard that right. YouTube, right, gave itself an award for freedom of expression. Right? It's a bunch of bullshit when you get down to it. And when you look at the ratings, not only right now at the time when this was taken, right, because it's only 16 upvotes and 6,300 6,000 plus downvotes. If you look at it now, let's go and look at it now. You only have 121 upvotes and 33,000 downvotes, man. You know, so you see, people aren't buying this bullshit that YouTube is dishing out, right? But let's go ahead and read what YouTube is trying to pass. It says, YouTube CEO Susan Wojcicki, and by the way, this thing here, Susan Wojcicki, she is 1948, right? She is an Amalekite, right? And Amalekites, they are the top tribe of the nation of Edom. So ultimately, she's an Edomite, but she is the top tier Edomite, right? These are the people who run our world secretly, right? This is why they're the CEOs of all these multi-billion-dollar corporations that basically run society. They run the banks, they run the government, they're in all the universities and so on. And they are the in general, you know, even though we say all the Caucasians rule the world, it is mostly these people here who are at the helm of this big old ship, right? Let's continue. It says, has hilariously received the 2021 Free Expression Award, which, as one can tell by looking at the upper right corner of the award ceremony, was sponsored by YouTube. The award given last week supports the educational work of the Freedom Forum Institute by recognizing individuals for their courageous acts of free and fearless expression. I see a bunch of bullshit, man. Of course, one is free to express themselves on YouTube unless you're Steven Crowder, Alex Jones, Donald Trump, the Epoch Times, OANN, or anyone else hoping for visibility or monetization of any content slightly right of Mao, right? Talking about the Chinese Communist leader, Chairman Mao, right? And what this article forgot to mention are the Hebrew Israelites, right? Because we're the real reason, right, that all this crackdown is happening, man. It isn't because Alex Jones is out there, or this guy Steven Crowder is out there, making a ruckus. No, it is because the Hebrew Israelites, the Negro, Latinos, Native Indians out there who are giving the true narrative of what is actually going on in the world are out there preaching the truth. Okay, now, and to these people, the truth is the enemy. You see, they are ruling in deception, right? Everything they're doing is steeped and rooted in a lie. Okay, who they are, how they came into power, what your rights are. Everything that they're doing is a lie. Like I said again, right? This is a quote from the author George Orwell, who wrote that famous book 1984. Right? It seems more like a documentary now than a sci-fi, work of fiction. But he says, the further a society drifts from truth, the more it will hate those who speak it. right? And that's exactly what's happening over at YouTube, man. YouTube is the way that these elites, these Edomites at the very top, are able to keep an eye and a control on the masses, okay? This is why, you know, when you look at YouTube, it's all owned by Google. And who owns Google, right? Two 1948ers, right? This is all their game. And the Lord is throwing a monkey wrench into it, man. You know, and he's destroying their plans as they have seen it played out, man. Right? Let's see what these people here wrote. It says, thankful for the freedom of expression afforded to me by YouTube. Right? This is talking about this guy. You know, because he sees how horrible of a skewing of the truth this is, man. Right? Ironic. The YouTube CEO Susan Wojcicki receives Free Expression Award from Pro First Amendment Group. Right? And this shows you here how this guy here got banned. It says, our team has reviewed your content and unfortunately we think it violates our violent or graphic content policy, right? And this is just a sampling of what YouTube has done, man. They have gone out and they've disabled 17,000 plus channels, deleted over hundreds of thousands of videos, and many of those are from us, the Hebrew Israelites, right? This is why you're seeing brothers out there and apostles and elders constantly talking about their backup channels. In fact, this video is now being uploaded to my backup channel, right? Because I've already had 2 channels deleted myself. Now, through the will of the Lord, we found other ways to get onto YouTube and to continue to preach the truth of the Bible. Now, one of YouTube's main weapons of demonetizing your content, right, making sure that you don't get paid for your videos, has hurt a lot of people. But you see, the thing is us Hebrew Israelites, we're not doing this for money. We could care less about getting paid for these breakdowns and video lessons that we do, because we're not doing this for money. We're doing it because we've been commanded to, and ultimately because it's the will of the Lord, right? We're doing it to please the Lord. Okay, now because of that, what YouTube is doing can't hurt us, man. The only people it's going to hurt are those out there who ultimately want to seek the truth, want to find out what's truly going on. Now, a lot of people, unfortunately, they're gonna come to the train station too late, man. You see, because this train of the truth is about to leave the station, man, right? And the thing is the Lord is pretty soon going to cause this word, this precious word, right, to no longer exist amongst the masses, man. He's going to pull back his word from the world, and pretty much judgment is going to come after that, man. Right? But this is why we're telling you people, man, you got to start getting right with the Lord now. If you know somebody who is, into this word, show them this video. Show them the things that are going on in the world, man. How this truth is starting to get put away. How the elites are starting to come down on the truth. How things are getting more skewed, more and more every day, right? This world is being turned into complete wickedness, and in that is coming the hiding of the truth, right? Because this kingdom of wickedness cannot exist when the truth is still out there, okay? Let's continue. It says, in the digital award ceremony, YouTube video creator Molly Burke praised Wojcicki as a free speech leader. Right? And it's funny, man, because this girl here, right, the one that gave the award, she's blind, right? And think about that, man. That shit's not lost on me, man, that you had a blind person give you an award for the freedom of expression, man. That's hilarious, man. See, the Lord is fucking these people up, man. He's making them seem like total hypocrites, man. It says, before the YouTube CEO detailed in her acceptance speech how much the platform censors its users, according to the report by RT, the freedom we have, we really can't take for granted, Wojcicki declared, adding that we also need to make sure there are limits. Look at that shit, man. Literally, right after giving herself an award for being a free speech activist, she admits that she's not a free speech activist and censors people, putting a limit on free speech. If there are limits, it isn't free speech. But Wojcicki doesn't care because she gave herself this award. So it can be a hypocritical as she wants. She can be as hypocritical as she wants. She added that YouTube removed 9 million videos in the last quarter. Look at that, 9 million, right? In the last quarter, 90% of which were taken down by machines. She also said there is a lot of content that technically meets the spirit of what we're trying to do, but but it is borderline. So for that content, we will just reduce, meaning we're not going to recommend it to our users, right? And this right here is, I don't know if you Joachim have noticed that when after a video of this truth plays, the next video is some bogus fucking mayonnaise Christian video, man, of some pastors, you know, giving a wrong interpretation of the Bible, or some choir singing, right? This is what they're doing, man. They're trying to reduce the message, man. So they're putting up a bunch of bogus bullshit, man. Right? Thankfully, the irony was not lost on the public. YouTube and Wojcicki were trashed for this, right? Let's read some of the tweets that came out by it. It says, YouTube CEO run free speech awards sponsored by YouTube, right? It says, since no one else has, it looks like I'm going to have to be the one to post this, right? This is an old famous mime showing, you know, Obama, you know, congratulating himself, right? And but ultimately, man, this is that false, you know, virtue signaling company, Freedom Forum, that gave the award. Now let's take a look real quick to see who's behind it. Right, you got this sellout, man. This guy here, Lester Holt, who's on NBC Dateline, man. He's, you know, part of the system. These are the honorees, the people who are getting these rewards. And of course, look, man, Susan Wojcicki, the CEO, right? And also, look, Colin Powell, another fucking sellout. These damn devils. But let's go. What I wanted to show you real quick is who are these people, man? You know, besides your token, you know, Israelites here, right? Which, by the way, they're here together. They don't put them along with other people, right? Who is on this website, man? Who is on this website? You basically, it's all Edomites, man. All Edomites, and you're sprinkling of Israelites and one minority, right? One Moabite. But let's go and take a look at you know, who these people are, right? Let's take a look at the honorary host committee, right? Who is the honorary host? Well, Nancy Pelosi, right? And Charles Schumer, and there's a bunch of other people here, right? You know, Amy Klobuchar, right? It's all these liberal people, man. And look at this, man. Sponsors, the signature sponsor, YouTube, right? Because this is some shit that YouTube put on, right? And then you got Sotheby's and Salesforce, another big, you know, leftist company, and silver sponsors, right? Take a look at this. News Corp, that's Fox News. You got Goldman Sachs, right? Could this shit not be any more suspect, right? And let's see what else you got here. Wall Street Journal. That's I think. Never mind. I think that I was thinking that was probably the Jeff Bezos guy, but no. But ultimately, look at this, man. You got all the top groups, man, that control the society, man. That control the narrative, or try to control the narrative that are behind this, right? So this right here is simply just a puff piece, you know, organization, a setup system that these Edomites have put together, man, to try to skew the narrative, to try to trick you people into the truth, man, right? But a lot of people aren't buying this shit, right? And the reason why this is because the Lord is starting to take away that power of deception from these devils, man. This is Psalms 94:7. Yet they say, the Lord shall not see, neither shall the God of Jacob regard it. Right? And that's what these devils are doing, man. See, they are trying to put a blindfold over the people to hide this truth, man. And what are they hiding? They're hiding the Lord's people, man. They're hiding us, the Israelites, the Negros, Latinos, Native Indians, right? Yeah, what we say comes out passionately, sometimes comes out in rude speech, but the truth of what we're saying should not be ignored, man, nor should it be marginalized, right? But what is that truth? Is that us Negroes, Latinos, and Native Indians, and all those whose father's lineage goes back to those people's bloodline, we are the true Hebrew Israelites of the Holy Bible, and that the world has been deceived and to believe that these people here, the 1948ers, are the chosen people, and hence they now have the whole world in subjection and under a false rulership, man, right? And this is why the world is in fucking hell, man. This is why the world is in such horrible state as it is now, because the wicked are bearing rule. Okay. Now let's take a look a little bit at YouTube, history. Now this is a little bit outdated. This is from 2 years ago, but it says YouTube hate speech crackdown has wiped out 17,000 channels. Right? New numbers show. Now this is obviously a lot more now, right? Because as you heard, man, they said, this said here 100,000 videos, but in that last article, since these 2 years ago, she said that they've removed 9 million videos, man. So that shows you, man, these devils really are trying to bury this truth. Okay. And just here, here's some more examples. Tells you, says what YouTube doesn't say when it announces removal of offensive videos, right? And this is just more. It just shows you, how they're coming down, right? It tells you. It says Google said it also took down more than 500 million comments because they included hate speech. Look at that shit, man. You see, the reason why there's so much hate speech out there is because people are not buying these lies, man. They're not buying the deception that Esau's trying to set up in these last days. And why is that? Because this is all prophecy. This is prophecy that was said to come true before the end days, man. That the Lord would put a monkey wrench in these devils' freaking mechanism, man, and cause their system to collapse. This is Amos 8:11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashimashai, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst of water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh, right? And that ultimately is what the Lord is doing, man. So besides him throwing kinks into these devils' plans, man, he's also using their own actions against you wicked 2/3 Israelites, man, against the 2 out of every 3 Negro, Latino, Native Indians out there who are part of the system, who have not woken up, who will not get right? He's going to use this to destroy them, right? So besides the Lord making it difficult for Esau to accomplish his plans, he's also getting the Israelites who won't get right, man. And how is he going to do that? Well, he's going to take this precious word away from you Israelites, man, you rebellious Negroes, Latinos, and Native Indians who will not come back to your true heritage. So with all that, Akim, hopefully this video was edifying. Hopefully this shows you how these devils, not only are they cracking down and they're making the word of the truth become harder to find, but they're giving themselves rewards for it, man. Right? They think that by them doing this, that they're going to stop this truth coming out, right? And this is only the beginning of what's to come, right? They're going to even crack down even more, right? Pretty soon, anything that has anything to do with Hebrew Israelites is going to be removed from the internet. Even the false things that Vocab Malone puts up, man, because they're simply just going to get rid of all this stuff. In fact, they may even just get rid of all the internet, man, when shit really gets bad. But with all that, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Kol Kodash, double honor to my teachers, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and mercy to the elect. Shalom.